everybody, how are you guys today? So I think I'm gonna start uploading every Thursday, permitting I have ideas, and right now there's some in my head, but I haven't written them down because I'm a lazy piece of shit, so we'll see how that goes. Over Christmas, in December, I got a job, and it was a pretty rad job. My friend got it for me. It was in a clothing store, and it was so fun. I loved working there. Like, everybody there was under the age of 24, and we all had kind of similar personalities. None of us were uncomfortable talking about dirty things or partying or anything like that, so that was always so cool. I got paid to do nothing, essentially, all the time. It was just standing around because, like, our store was always dead, thus why it's closing. At the end of this month, I don't have a job anymore, which sucks, because I liked being paid consistently. I got to save some money for college and splurge and spend for myself just because I wanted to. In the midst of having to get a job, I thought I'd share some struggles. I thought it would be fun to share like a little fun story about why I'm gonna probably be unemployed for months. So it was senior year, grade 12, and I needed a job. I realized I was graduating, and in order to, you know, afford college, I needed to be able to pay for it. There's this one restaurant in town that's always hiring. I don't know why. Some people say it's because it's disorganized there. Or some people say it's because like people are constantly like quitting or getting fired. I don't really know. I don't follow up on that gossip, but they're always hiring. So I applied, and they called me back in for an interview, and I went to the interview. This was my first ever job interview, and I was nervous as heck. I had Googled and I had Pinterest what to wear to job interviews, how to do my hair, how to act, how to present myself. I thought I was prepared. I knew all of the typical questions, like what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, why do you want this job? I knew those things, and I was prepared to answer them. But I wasn't really as prepared as I thought I was. I get into the interview. I go into the restaurant and I'm like, hey, like, I'm here for an interview. She's like, oh, okay, cool, I'll go grab the manager. The waitress who went to go get the manager gets me a glass of water, which was very sweet of her. And so I have my little glass of water, I'm sipping nervously, and the manager comes out, and she's this sweet old lady. She's so cute, she's so nice. And she sits me down, she asks me the question, she's like, oh, like, why do you want to work at our restaurant? And I was like, in my head, I was like, because I need money. Like, oh, I eat here all the time, and I love the food here, and I love the atmosphere, and I think it would be a fun place to work. Bullshit my way through it. These things were true, but it wasn't why I wanted to work there. It's going pretty well. She's like, what are your strengths? Oh, well, I'm very loyal, I'm very organized, I'm dedicated, and I'm honest. And she's like, oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. I'm doing all right. And she asked the question. And even though I knew this question was coming, I still wasn't prepared for it. What would you say is your one biggest weakness? And I knew it was coming. Every single job interview you do, almost every single one, will ask you this question. What are your weaknesses? What's your biggest weakness? Tip, don't try to turn your strengths into weaknesses. It's called ass kissing, and nobody likes that. But I knew it was coming, and I thought I was prepared. I thought I was ready. But in a moment of panic and fear and thinking, wait, what? What am I supposed to say here? I went and I said, for a customer service job, a job as a server, I said, I'm not really good at talking to people. I said in a job interview, for a job talking to people, I am not good at talking to people. She was like, oh, okay, all right, okay. And then we moved on. And in my head, I was like, fuck. The interview continued. She didn't just stop and say, you suck, get out of my restaurant. And then we kept going. The rest of the interview went pretty smoothly until she asked one last question. What's your favorite meal here at our establishment? A normal person would have said, oh, well, I don't really know. I really love your fish tacos, or, you know what? My favorite meal would have to be your hot wings. But I'm not normal. I'm not a normal person. I couldn't just get through the interview like a normal goddamn person. I couldn't be a normal person and say, oh, my favorite meal is your ravioli. Looked her dead in the eye, really excitedly. I probably had a crazy eye, and I looked her right in the eyes and I went like this. I friggin' love fettuccine Alfredo. I swear to you that that is exactly the way I said it to her. And I swear to you that this sweet old lady who was just here to interview a 17-year-old girl and who had no idea what was coming, just terrified. She's like, oh, okay. And the interview ended. We shook hands and I left. The worst part about it was not the fact that they hire everybody and they didn't hire me. No, I think the absolute worst part of that whole experience was that my favorite meal at this restaurant is not fettuccine alfredo. It's not even my favorite pasta at the restaurant. But for some reason, I said fettuccine alfredo. I don't know, but I didn't get hired. A couple weeks later, I got hired at a different retail store, and I worked there for a while. That's a different story though. I have a lot of stories about working there. That was my first ever job interview. I only ever had one other job interview last year, because like I said, the job that I currently have, that I won't have at the end of January, was the only, like, I didn't, because my friend is the manager, she just essentially gave me a job because she knew I was trustworthy, because she's one of my best friends. So now at the end of the month, I have to look for more jobs, and I'll have to actually go into interviews, and hopefully I don't mess up that badly. My tip for you all is stay calm, be prepared, and don't act like a crazy person. I hope you guys enjoyed my story about me being an absolute mess of a human being. I will try to upload again for next Thursday, so if you want to see more content kind of like this, you can subscribe. Or you can like this video, that would be cool. All of my social media links will be in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!